SkyExchange.net presents ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by Fan Code live from the ICC Academy Oval Grounds. Tonight we're at Oval number 1. It's the final group game, Group A, match number 20, Karwan Cricket Club taking on Interglobe Marine. What a clash we have in store. Well, let's head straight into the middle with Ahmed Khwaja for the toss. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Dubai Sports City for the SkyExchange.net ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022 powered by Fan Code. It is the final game of the round-robin stage, match number 20, and it's a big one. It's Interglobe Marine led by Asif Mumtaz taking on Babar Iqbal of Karwan Cricket Club, and we have Mr. Iftikhar Ali, our match referee, in the middle. IGM to flip. Tails is the call. There she goes, as does Mr. Iftikhar Ali. It has come down as heads. आसिफ भाई टॉस जीते हैं, क्या फैसला किया?
हम लोग बॉलिंग कर रहे हैं पहले.
अच्छा, उसके पीछे क्या गेम प्लान है? आप लोगों ने चेस करना है, कितना टारगेट चेस कर लेंगे?
ट्राई करेंगे 140 150 के अंदर मैक्सिमम, क्योंकि पिच न्यू है तो इसका बिहेवियर क्या है तो हमें मालूम नहीं है, तो इसलिए पहले बॉलिंग करेंगे, फिर अकॉर्डिंगली हम लोग चेस पे जाएंगे.
टीम में कोई तब्दीलियाँ?
आसिफ लाला इन है और बाकी सेम है.
बहुत बड़े नाम आपने टीम में डाले. बेस्ट ऑफ लक आसिफ भाई.
थैंक यू.
Babar bhai, unfortunately you have lost the toss. You are batting first. If you had won it, what would you have done?
Very honestly speaking, I was looking for batting because, you know, like even yesterday we did bad and we scored good, you know, and the wicket will not change up because it's hard surface, and of course the smaller side is a little bit drawback there, but still inshallah we'll cover up.
Now your top order has clicked into form. Ramesh Shahzad, Lovepreet Singh Bajwa looking good out there. It was a big morale boost, that victory you had last night.
Yeah, obviously, because we were waiting for Lovey, form, and it clicked on right time. Today's a big game, and I have high expectation with my lower order as well today.
And we saw you had a bit of a niggle in your knee. Are you all right for this game?
Yeah, I have little issue because of my hectic workout, so I hope I'll cop today.
Any changes in the playing 11?
Yeah, today we got Dipesh out and Asif Hayadin.
Best of luck for the game, Babar.
Thank you so much. Cheers.
Right then, news from the middle is that IGM have won the toss and they're going to have a bowl first. Right then, there you have it. Interglobe Marine winning an all-important toss and electing to bowl first. That is the points table for you. Well, it's very, very tight indeed. You have 4 teams tied on 4 points. Karwan CC and Interglobe Marine playing their final group stage game, and the margins are very, very close indeed. IGM ruling the roost because of their net run rate of 0.68. TVSL, well, they're keeping a very close eye on proceedings. They would want Karwan Cricket Club to lose this game so that they can progress. But Karwan Cricket Club, they have their destiny in their own hands. If they win, they will top the table with 6 points and sail through to the ICC Academy Summer Cup semi-finals. And those are the team lineups for tonight. IGM won the toss and elected to bowl first. For Interglobe Marine, it's Shahnawaz Faisal Khan, Harry Barwal, Yasir Kaleem wicketkeeper, Asif Mumtaz, the captain, Luqman Hazrat, big tall fast bowler, Hamidullah Khan, Jidu Janardhanan, Muhammad Fayaz Ahmed, Taimur Bhatti, slingy right arm quick bowler, Asif Khan Lala. The kingpin is back in the side alongside Mayank Chaudhary. And for Karwan Cricket Club, we have Babar Iqbal, Ramesh Shahzad, Kamarawan, Muazzam Hayat, Zahid Ali, Nadir Hussain, Sardar Behzad, Lovepreet Singh, Waqas Jatt, Salman Salim and Asif Hayat is the only new inclusion. Right then, you can see the men in blue of IGM striding out to the middle. We have switched back to Oval 1. It's a fresh pitch and it looks a particularly grassy wicket. So I think the decision to bat first, to bowl first for Interglobe Marine could be very fruitful. But the likes of Hazrat Luqman and of course Taimur Bhatti need to get it right, hit the right areas. Umpire Shiju Sam and Asif Iqbal will be our officials in the center. And of course the evergreen Mr. Iftikhar Ali will be our match referee. Lovepreet Singh Bajwa, what a beautiful innings he played last night. Match-winning knock of 84 right up top. It was a big run chase of 188, and he was the one who led from the front. Muazzam Hayat retains his spot as his opening partner. Asif Mumtaz, always shrewd, always calculated. I think he was quite pleased to win the toss. They would like to top the table. They don't want to sneak in through the back door, bouncing back from a loss. It's always positive when you've got form behind you. And Asif Lala back in the side. What a big name to get back into the playing 11. Let's see what Muazzam and Lovepreet Singh Bajwa meanwhile can produce out there in the middle for the men in yellow and black. Well, there's the man of the moment, Lovepreet Singh Bajwa, coming off a sterling knock of 84. He only has 85 runs in the tournament. He had a duck in the first game, one in the second, and then he came to the party big time. Look at that strike rate as well, 177. Classy, attacking, technically correct opener. Such a bright future ahead of him. And alongside him is number 69. You can see Muazzam Hayat to the right of your screen. And joining me in the comm box for this exciting game is the one and only Neil Oja. Good evening, sir.
Good evening, Ahmed. Well, yes, exciting times. Oval 1. Nice, big. Luqman Hazrat, meanwhile, free matches, has picked up 2 wickets. Would like to have more in that column. And it's a fantastic evening. The weather's got so much better. So much better, Ahmed.
Yeah, we're in the final throes of summer. Autumn is about to set in, and that's when cricket in the UAE domestic scene really takes flight. Meanwhile, Hazrat Luqman all ready to go for ball 1 of match number 20. Here we go. Big looping, full toss there all of a sudden. Perhaps even an attempted Yorker. It really dipped on Lovepreet Singh there. Well watched, and he'll clip it onto the leg side for 1.
Well, I wouldn't want to waste deliveries in this format. Whatever it is, go get a run, get off strike. Muazzam Hayat, meanwhile, 77 runs to him, including 1/2 century. The strike rate not very healthy for an opener.
Yeah, he was really struggling in last night's match, 4 of 12. He is a technically compact player. Just looks to push the ball rather than really thrash it. So he can use the pace of Hazrat Luqman against him, but he needs to be positive. Got bogged down a little bit versus Mid-East Metals. But it's a brand new day, a brand new innings. In swing into the left-hander there, beautifully bowled by Hazrat Luqman. He's not bowling at full tilt, just looking to get it right first.
You're right, it's important to get the length right, get the line right. This wicket has, as we've seen, has offered a lot. Movement of the deck. You get the extra bounce also. So, good to know and gauge where that right length is, what those right areas are.
Oh, absolutely. Spot on there, Neil. Oh, this time, that's an absolute jaffa. Has he nicked off? Hazrat Luqman is convinced, but umpire Shiju is unmoved.
Well, yeah, as soon as the ball went in, I love the reaction of umpire there. Yeah, too many things over there happening. Invited the batter to play that shot, lured him into it.
Well, I do feel for Muazzam. He's faced some absolute corkers throughout this tournament, from the likes of Hazrat Luqman, Hazrat Bilal last night as well. It's been a torrid time for the left-hand opener. Sometimes you're just lucky if you miss them. Beautifully clipped through mid-wicket this time. Plenty of bat on that. There is a deep square in place. Shahnawaz Khan with the flowing locks. Ala Neil Oja.
Well, he's got them longer than mine. But yeah, I can tell you one thing. Long hair don't really help when you're trading or when you're playing a game. You sweat more. It's messy. Keeps coming into your face. Hazrat Luqman with that hairband trying to keep the hair off his face.
Well, it's a very important part of a fast bowler's look, isn't it? Having those flowing locks. I was taken aback when I saw Hazrat Bilal with the crew cut yesterday. But he still looked very scary. Played off the back foot. Quick single. No. Lovepreet sends him back. The offside ring. Swooping in there quickly. And
Yeah.
well, Neil Ojha, what is the secret to your hairy success?
Well, I've just been patient.
Just like Muazzam Hayat.
No, it is extremely important to be patient because in the phase of growing, there are a couple of times when the hair looks really, really bad and you want to just go to the barber and get them chopped off. But then, yeah, if you see through those phases, just like life, there's better times.
Well, always a lesson in wisdom from Neil Ojha. Meanwhile, steady first over from Hazrat Luqman. 4 for none. Well, it's going to be Jiju Janardhanan sharing the new ball with Hazrat Luqman. Classy all-rounder. 5 wickets in the tournament so far and a very good economy rate.
Well, yeah, again, another fast bowler wearing a headband. And his matches with the kit colours.
Well, synergy is always important. And Jiju Janardhanan certainly kitted right. He's been a very good addition to this IGM side, given them batting depth and bowling quality. And safely leaving it outside off. Well, that has been the issue with Muazzam. Sometimes he just goes into his shell. I understand you want to respect the new ball, but this is T20 cricket, my friend. You have to be a lot more positive.
Valid point. You have to play the attacking game. You can't be sitting at one end. And it's not that he is probably just taking those singles and giving strike to Lovepreet. He's been farming strike. Look at that. 6 deliveries he's faced. Lovepreet has just faced 1.
Absolutely spot on. Played off the back foot. That's what he prefers to do in the early stages. Oh, they're going to sneak in for 2. How wonderfully placed was that. Cushioned just as it trickled outside the inner ring. And they scampered for 2 on these big square outfields at Oval 1.
Well, yeah, when you play with soft hands, as a batter, you know how hard you've hit it. And that definitely helps you getting those quick singles, converting them into doubles if possible. Interglobe Marine earlier today won the toss, elected to bowl first. Right call.
Yeah, it looks like it's really hooping around. Once again, shouldering arms. And like you mentioned, he's farming the strike of the 9 deliveries sent down so far. Lovepreet only faced 1. So that just plays on his nerves as well. 5 of 8. But he does have a 50 to his name in the tournament. They're persisting with him, even though they have the likes of Ramesh Shehzad. Even Karwan can open if required. Meanwhile, Jiju is bowling a steady over. Edged, and there's nobody in the slip cordon. And it's a no ball to boot.
Oh, look at that. This is insult over injury. Didn't have a slip when the ball is doing so much. How can he not place a slip? And then the umpire calls it a no ball. Oof,
Well,
really poor.
That would have been a regulation catch for the first slip. Became null and void because of the no ball and hence the free hit. But Muazzam living dangerously outside off.
That's right. No need for that. But then, from Muazzam's perspective, honestly, it will be like, it doesn't matter how they're coming. As long as they're coming, my runs are getting added.
Well, he'll say it was deliberate. I knew there was no slip there. I heard the no ball and I just edged it away. No worries, Skip. I'm still out there. 11 for none after 9 legal deliveries. Let's see what he can do with the free hit, Muazzam Hayat. Oh, it's a wide Yorker attempted. And Asif Iqbal conquers. Well bowled, Jiju.
Very good delivery for a free hit ball. This is the modern day cricket's invention, the wide Yorker. You bowl it full and absolutely wide, just inside the tram line. And it, more often than not, helps the bowler to bowl a good one.
Yeah, I remember it was the Black Caps, the Kiwis, who came up with this tactic first. Pretty effective. Nicely clipped through mid-wicket once again. And it will be only one this time to Hamidullah. And because the Kiwis didn't really have that firepower, they had to develop tactics to restrict the opposition. And they executed it really well with the likes of Kyle Mills, for example, really comes to mind. He was so good with those.
Well, yeah, a strategic call eventually becoming a strategy itself.
Well, survival is certainly the name of the game for the fast man in T20. These bats get even bigger, lighter. These batters get bigger and stronger. Look at the likes of Joss Butler, Andre Russell, Tim David. Who would want to be a fast man, Neil Ojha?
I wouldn't want to be a bowler, period.
Well, we've almost killed off break because of T20. I think what goes around will come around eventually. But certainly, it has disappeared in the current setup. Good looking punch from Lovepreet. And that's the sign of a man in form. Look at that footwork and that positive intent.
2 overs gone, it's 12 for none.
Hazrat Luqman continues. And Muazzam Hayat, is still dotting it up here. He needs a plan B, maybe even a plan C, D and E, because this is not working for Karwan CC right now.
Well, yes, they'll need to change gears. They'll need to change strategy. They'll need to change the approach with which they're batting. Muazzam Hayat needs to free his arms. You can't be going at 6 and over within the power play.
Quick single to mid-off, and he had to get the big dive in. I think he made it there. Mayank Chaudhary just on his heels. That was touch and go. Asif Mumtaz always in his bowler's ear, encouraging him, giving him that confidence, giving him the game plans. He's such an inspirational captain. His authority is absolutely unchallenged. Outside edge past the slip fielder, but good fielding at deep third by Taimur Bhatti.
You're right, bowling with a slip to Lovepreet. Just got the bat out to push the ball outside and went racing towards the third man. Good piece of fielding. Saved definitely at least 3 runs.
Yeah, that ball was traveling at the rate of knots. He's a good athlete, Taimur. And very quick as well when he gets it right. He's an absolute handful. Slinging action, short run up, a lot of pace. He catches you by surprise. No Mohammad Zahid in the side tonight, so they have entrusted him. Nicely played off the back foot. He is a good technical player, but sometimes it does feel like he's caught up in his own mind here, Neil.
Well, yeah, as much as it is a game of bat and ball, it also is a lot to do with the mind. And I tell you, the mind can play many games.
Oh, absolutely. Sleepless nights thinking about a big game against IGM, Hazrat Lukman, Mohammad Zahid, Taimur Bhatti. Big fast bowlers with a lot of pace, nicely clipped off the legs. It should be 2 here. In fact, it might even be 3. Shahnawaz calmly trots around. Only 2. I think they should have taken 3 there.
They could have. Shahnawaz doesn't really have the biggest of the throws. Also, this one you saw came and 3 bounces. yeah, that shoulder, exactly that.
Well, that's why you need your warm-ups, young man. And he'll have a role to play with the ball as well. Bowls very good off break. As that excellent top spinner gets extra bounce on it. I think he'll enjoy this surface. 16 for none meanwhile. Forcing a pull shot but not catching it on the middle of the blade. And he will keep strike as well. 17 for none. Jiju Janardhanan continues. Nicely played, but once again, it's Muazzam Hayat hogging the strike really. 17 deliveries played compared to Lovepreet's 3. And the current run rate is below 6.
Yeah, this is not going to help. This looks really, really poor. Karwan strikers, they're not striking. 17 for none and 3.1.
Good play on words there by our wordsmith Neil Oja. Oh, confusion. Very good bowling by Jiju. He's seen that he's going to be very conservative when you bowl around his off-stump line. He's not playing any expansive shots. So Jiju just keeping it around that area, tying him down. And we've seen though, in this ICC Academy Summer Cup, the first 10 overs belongs to the bowlers, and then all of a sudden they flip a switch and we see plenty of 4s and 6s. That may be the formula for tonight as well. Quick single once again. This time they'll make it home safely. So of course whoever wins tonight's clash will top the group. TVSL still have some interest in this game. They're second on net run rate right now. 4 teams tied on 4 points. 7 districts, unfortunately, have been KO'd alongside Mid-East Metals. So this is a virtual quarter-final taking place right now. Karwan CC, they have a net run rate of negative 1.1. That's well behind TVSL. So they need the victory at all costs. Stepping into that one, only going to be a leg bye.
Well, yes, extremely important to get that win. They definitely are not in the same game plan that will ascertain them a win. Karwan strikers.
And they have a very deep batting lineup as well. We have the likes of Nadir Hussain, Sardar Behzad, Kamarawan, Ramesh Shehzad. A lot of talent in that side. So I don't understand this conservative approach. You can certainly afford to take a few risks in the power play. Wicket conservation is not really going to help. You need a big score against the top side. Quick single. Yeah, there was a bit of a stutter, but Jiju was slightly late to it.
When your form is not at its prime, even for a single, you'll think twice. We're talking about how the mind plays the games. This is a classic example of it. Muazzam has been looking tentative, and even for that run, he's hit the shot. He knows he can see the bowler approaching the ball. He knows that he can do it, but still, there was a little hiccup.
Most certainly was. It's a relatively new opening pair. Furqan Khalil opened in the first match for Karwan CC. It's been Lovepreet and Muazzam since. Forcing shot straight to mid-on though. It will be a dot ball to conclude. A very good one from Jiju. 20 for none after 4 overs. Hazrat Luqman, well, he's going to bowl 3 on the trot, and why not? When you've only conceded 9 runs in your, 13 deliveries? Fantastic bowling.
No, he's done really well. He's done really, really well. A big, strong, fast bowler. As far as the batting is concerned, extremely disappointing. Neither of these two guys have even attempted. You know, it's okay to fail. It's okay to lose your wicket, but there should be an intent, and that intent is missing right now.
Absolutely. It's the fear of failure preying on the mind of Muazzam Hayat right now. Nicely clipped behind square once again. He's good on that shot. Once again, it will be 2. Very, very long square out there. And we have a policy at the ICC Academy. We only play 3 matches per pitch. So that's why we've rotated over to Oval 1 after spending the last week in Oval 2, keeping the pitches fresh, lively for a long season ahead.
You're right. A lot of hard work being put in on these wickets. Oval 1, Oval 2, 2 massive ovals. These are ODI standard ovals and have wickets which have soils from Pakistan and Australia.
Varying conditions. Testing the batters just like Hazrat Luqman is right now. It certainly does have a feel like day 1 of the Boxing Day test at the MCG with the way Hazrat Luqman is bowling. Excellent spell.
You're right. They've got the soils that were brought in from Australia, soil that was brought in from Pakistan, soil that was brought in from England in those practice nets.
This time onto the offside. Good pick up by Hamidullah, but he was a bit deep at cover on the edge of the ring. So at least Muazzam is not farming the strike like you mentioned. He's ticking it over.
That's right. Projected score at the same run rate will go to 98. Definitely not a winning score, but if they go at 9 and over, 160 in that vicinity.
Well, they have to get that at the very least with the likes of Yasir Kaleem, Asif Khan, Hamidullah Khan in the opposition, to name just a few. Jiju himself, outstanding top order batter, classy player. Easy on the eyes. Cracked. Oh, and dropped at backward point. Brilliant effort by Harry Barwal. He was fully airborne there.
Well, yeah, this is what we're talking about, the intent. They know that they're on the top, but despite that, look at that effort. He's flying. Very well done. Got his hand to the ball. Shahnawaz to the cleanup act.
Well, he certainly saved 3 runs for the side there. I've seen Harry take some stunning catches, so he'll be a bit disappointed. Natural left-hander. He was flying to his right, so that just made it a bit more complicated. 19 of 24, Muazzam Hayat. He's been very patient. Lovely drive through extra cover. That was in the slot and dispatched for 4.
Top shot to end the over. Beautifully done. The way he got on top of that ball to play that drive, phenomenal. 5 overs gone, 28 for none. All right, spin coming in into the power play. And as we talk about spin, 4 runs. Poor effort in the outfield. A bonus there given to Karwan strikers. And when we talk about spin, I can only think of one man who can spin the ball like a top, even on a cement wicket. And that is Abid Ibrahim. Abid, welcome.
Thank you, Neil. I'm glad you didn't talk about misfield while you were introducing me.
You brought it up. I didn't want to say that, Abid. Come on.
Well, looking at the game, is Karwan striker Lovepreet had a fantastic game the other day, and the Muazzam Hayat the game before scored runs. Ramesh, someone is scoring consistently runs, but I think today when they are up against the Giants, both the openers click. This is the first time where you see that is, I think, the highest partnership of openers.
Well, yes, you're right. The partnership has stayed, I would say. They haven't scored at an easy pace. They're going at 6.19 for a power play. I think it's under par. But yes, they've not lost wicket, which is a good sign. What could have been better? Maybe a couple of more boundaries.
Well, looking at the left-hander inside, and the veteran Asif Mumtaz takes the charge in the bowling department. So considering all that factors, it's a little difficult to score against likes of Asif Mumtaz and the company.
Well, yes, Jiju Janardhanan and Lukman started the bowling. Asif came in and he was taken for runs. So it's like the spin that is going for runs as compared to the fast bowlers. 10 runs already of this over. And Karwan strikers, the engine is now picking up some heat.
Yeah, the final over of the power play. And I think Lovepreet would be ideal batter to face Asif Mumtaz. Good comeback there from Asif. But now, don't you think, Neil, it's too early for an off-spinner to come round the wicket in the first 6 overs?
Well, yeah, I think they just wanted to create pressure and probably pick a wicket or two. Maybe that was their thought. Because Karwan strikers, like you mentioned, they bat deep and hadn't lost a wicket. And dot ball to finish the over. 6 overs gone, 39 for none.
Coming in is Taimur. What exceptional bowler he is. Mohammad Taimur Bhatti. Very short run up, too quick, and swings the ball at the end of power play as well. Great addition to the team, Interglobe Marine. Wow. A turn back to the left-hander. A nicely executed there, Mozam Hayat. So both the batters now keeping wickets in hand, not going for the big shots, just trying to prevent the wicket, keep in hand as long as they can spend their time in the center, because they have got Ramiz, they have got Kamar Ravan to come. They've got plenty of more batters who will be coming in to bat. They have a very deep batting lineup. Sardar Bazad for that matter as well. Had an exceptional day yesterday. Hit a winning runs with that glorious 6 over the cow corner. Oh, beautiful. Beautiful delivery. Extra bounce, seam position. Look at that. That would have surprised any batter in the world. Mohammad Taimur Bhatti is cutting loose tonight. He's doing a fabulous job with the ball. And nothing much in this over, only 2 runs and 2 dot balls. Oh, this has been hogged up in the air. Could be a chance. Yes. Well taken. Exceptional catch from Mayank Chaudhary. What a great fielder Mayank is. He's not stopping from impressing us. Little bit of a nipping in delivery from Taimur. And Lovepreet Singh, his heart was in his mouth. And that's his dismiss. 14 of 14. That's the first wicket going down. Again, a short line delivery that was too quick for Mozam Hayat. So Mozam plays the final delivery and he will keep the strike. So at the end of 7 overs, it's 42 for 1. Coming on back into the attack. This is in the spin wizard. Ashraf Mumtaz he'll continue as long we have Mozam Hayat in the center. And continuing in the com box with me is Ahmed Khwaja. Welcome, Khwaja.
Thank you very much, Abid. Ramesh Shehzad, he's had a brilliant tournament so far. 131 runs, excellent strike rate, including a 50. And with the slow start they've had in this game against a top team, you need your top gun to show up. And Ramesh Shehzad is exactly that kind of a combative personality who will enjoy this contest.
Well, he's yet to be tested against the mighty Interglobe Marine. But then considering his average of 43 is impressive. Strike rate of 130, what else you could ask?
Asif Mumtaz getting some extra bounce off a length. He has a tendency to get that on a helpful surface, gives a lot of flight. Let's see what Ramiz's tactics will be. Nicely glided behind third. It's a long chase for the fielder. And he will give it up. Beautifully played.
Very delicate cut there. Excellent shot. He waited and waited forever. Just at the right moment. Glided towards the third. Beautiful 4 runs. Effortless. That's where you make the fielder run hard and bowler scratch his head.
Well, will we see a Ramiz Shehzad special tonight? He loves the spotlight. He loves the big occasion. And he loves to play off spin.
Well, certainly not against Asif Mumtaz. Well, this man knows things or two about bowling. Asif Mumtaz.
I think he's forgotten more things about bowling than we ever knew. Very experienced campaigner. A stalwart of the UAE domestic scene. He's been with Interglobe Marine for ages and ages. Pure match winner. A beautiful pull shot by Muazzam. Deep scare will have to get into action. And they only took 1 run rate. That's poor running.
Yeah, Rambo not very convincing between the wickets, even in the last encounter as well. He's been just hanging around. So today, they've got a very strong side into Globe Marine. It's a must-win game for them. Meantime, it's 8 overs gone, 49 for 1.
Taimur Bhatti continues. Cracked! over point, fingertip stuff. I think that burst through the hands of the keeper. 50 up for Karwan CC.
Yeah, you need to take charge. You need to be brave. That was a little wide and a beautiful execution. Beautiful wrist work. Excellent cut shot. Now, when you play a cut shot against extreme quick bowler, it results even better.
Well, that's the thing we've been discussing. Muazzam has the ability to play those shots. He just refuses to do so. Maybe it's the team strategy to hold up one end. Let's see if it pans out. Top edge. Fielder settling underneath it. No. Shahnawaz. Well, he's been very poor in the field today. And he didn't even attempt the catch there, Abid.
Well, he's regularly a very safe pair of hands, but not sure what went wrong. He should have tried for it. It was one beautiful opportunity which was just didn't been grabbed. So Muazzam Hayat, and the one failure last night, and now tonight he's playing a great knock. So this is what Ramesh needs. Yesterday we saw he had a very good over 100-run partnership with Lovepreet, and even before that he had a good partnership with Muazzam Hayat.
Down the leg side, got big on him, rushed him there in fact. There was a deep fine leg in place. So he's bowling quick tonight, Taimur Bhatti. The current run rate has just risen to about 6.5, but you certainly need a lot more than that, Abid.
Yeah, I think they're just letting and dragging the game for the last overs. We've seen now that it's the third day we are witnessing Karman strikers, how they play. So we more understand them, that in the end they go for the big shots. They don't intend at the beginning.
Down the leg side, certainly a wide. Taimur perhaps just overexerting. Yeah, you could see it was the wrist position that went all wrong. They need him to bowl well. There is no Mohammad Zahid in the side tonight. So he's been given the role of the middle overs quick bowler, the enforcer.
Well, I think Interglobe Marine has been fortunate enough to have especially with this quick bowler department, fast bowler space department, they have got Mohammad Zahid. If he's not playing, they have got Mohammad Taimur Bhatti, and then they've got this Ataullah, and I've got plenty. Jiju now also can give you a few overs in the middle. They have missing services of Toki Riyasat. They've got a plenty of bowling options. Luqman, Hazrat Luqman.
Yeah, they regularly play 3 fast bowlers. Meanwhile, Taimur Bhatti's radar needs to be restarted. Very inaccurate down the leg side.
I think that's been his problem. Consistency. Hitting the deck and not able to control the swing. And I think right now he's struggling is because the left-hander is on a strike. So right hand, left hand combination. One more time troubling the team bowling.
And well, there you can see what is troubling him. It's very humid out there tonight. And gripping the ball has become an issue. It's about 8:45 p.m. local time. Slightly early for the dew to come in. Just that extra humidity in the air. It must be about 80-85% by my estimates. Better delivery, and it's gone through Yasir Kaleem. Well, IGM leaking extras. That is very uncommon.
Yasir Kaleem very safe behind the stumps. He had a hand into it. Otherwise that would have clearly gone for 4 with that speed. Yeah, he had his pad on it.
Yeah, it just dipped in front of him, didn't it? Ball being slippery. Just skimming away off this slick outfield. The current run rate is slightly rising, hovering around 7. So this partnership is looking better. Rushed him once again. That's a good delivery. Jammed onto the pads. And how long will Muazzam continue to bat like this? I think he's done his job that was required. Not losing early wickets in the power play. But we're almost 9 overs into the contest. They're only on 60. They need aggression. They need runs. And he has to pick up his bat now. Look to be positive. At least feed the strike to Ramiz Shehzad. Don't continue to dot it up, pardon me. Long over for Bhatti. And these are even bigger wides. Goodness me.
Well, it's a miserable over. As simple as that. The soon you see the left-hander, you need a lot of practice. If you need a left-hander on strike, that's way down the leg side, Khwaja. Difficult to grab for the keeper.
Yeah, Yasir Kaleem just looked at his bowler. What are you doing, mate?
Yeah, it frustrates exactly to be a wicket keeper. And then you see continuously wide deliveries being bowled. A big over, unnecessary down the leg side. You're trying to force. Why don't you give up and come across the seam and just bowl at the right areas? Forget about the results. They will not be going after every delivery.
Yeah, you have the pace to make them play conservatively, and you're just gifting them runs. First it was 4 byes through Yasir Kaleem, then 5 wides. You already had plenty of wides down the leg side. They took an early boundary. Take a look at this over. Well, it's been inaccurate, to say the least, Abid.
Yeah, a lot of wides busting down the leg side. They don't be a wicket keeper there. I'm not sure what they are having a discussion about. I think they lost the ball.
Yeah, it could have gotten wet and perhaps misshapen as well. Trying to force it through the leg side. And I think at long last, this very long over has come to an end. 66 for 1 at the end of 9. Asif Mumtaz slashed and straight to backward point and put down Harry Barwal. Well, Muazzam Hayat gets another life.
What are you doing? Harry Barwal, a very good fielder. And that's a silly mistake to commit. Asif Hayat with a beautiful delivery. He was trying to make the batter play the cut shot, and Harry puts down a big chance. I think this will hurt them. Muazzam Hayat was struggling. He's on a 35 of 37, but now he'll be playing a fearless game.
Steps out and tonks it over square leg. There is Harry Barwal. Well, the ball is following him tonight. He's put down 2 very tough catches. Maybe that one was a bit simpler, but certainly giving a life. Let's take a look here. Yeah, that was standard stuff, Abid.
I think he should have easily held that. Look at that. Barely a reaction from the captain. Difficult chances, but you need to grab them.
Well, Muazzam Hayat, 36, pardon me, of 38. At what stage does this inning start to hurt Karwan Cricket Club? He needs to throw the bat at everything now. Beautiful cut shot from Ramiz Shehzad. Look at that footwork and placement. Absolutely magical.
Yeah, he's waited. That reminds me of Ramiz back in 2015, playing World Cup at Australia. He got a lot of runs playing from that shot.
Well, there is an old proverb, Abid, Form is temporary, class is permanent, and Ramesh Shehzad is the classiest of them all. Beautiful shot. And he knows how to construct an innings. That's his superpower. Yeah, he can smash sixes as good as anyone in the UAE, but the way he builds his innings, the way he controls, the way the team bats, that is what is truly, truly special. No wonder this man has represented UAE at a World Cup stage. Cut away. There is an offside sweeper in place. So a good over for Karwan CC. 75 for 1 at the halfway stage.
Harry Barwal who's come into the attack and been dispatched. Good fielding there in the end by Mayank. Mayank was held a beautiful catch in the deep. That was the only dismissal that Tetra Globe Marine enjoyed, certainly. So halfway through, I've been joined by Super Neil Oja, where the score is 76 with 1 wicket down. Neil, are you satisfied with the Karwan's performance?
Well, I mean, in one way, yes, that they haven't lost too many wickets. But when you don't lose so many wickets, you have created a platform for yourself, and then you have to jump from there. Will they skydive or will they nosedive? We'll have to wait and watch. Harry Barwal got a couple of difficult chances. Put them both down. Can he make up for those with his bowling?
Well, he's an exceptional talented bowler. Not an easy bowler there where you can hit him down the ground, or he gets that extra bounce, and he's the slower one which turns away is extremely good, and then he darts in as well. Quick fires at the stumps also.
Well, yeah, quite a few variations that he brings to the table. Harry Barwal. Tossed up this time, down the leg. Not proper connection from Mozam. Will get a single.
Well, I think Karwan is doing a right job as Mozam Hayat being a left-hander to be in the centre, because Asif Mumtaz has bowled out. Now remainers, you have a left-arm Harry. He will be facing the left-hander. So I think it's a good ploy. Mozam, despite his playing with a low run rate, strike rate, pardon me, but then he sticking around is very important for Mozam Hayat.
This time goes inside out. Just be a single. You're right. They just have one left-hander up there, and despite that, he hasn't been able to take chances.
Well, the runs has been completely dried up here. You see every delivery, Ramesh almost going hard at it. Either he's playing late or he's playing too early. Just because of a change of pace. Varieties, just like that. Quick delivery. But again, no boundary there. It's been a while then since they have had a boundary. Meantime, a very good over from Harry Barwal. He's got final delivery, but he haven't given any boundary. This is what you need. The pressure will mount on the batting department, I think.
You're right. The question is, can he finish on a high? 5 deliveries, 5 singles. Last ball to go. Ramiz wants to cut, but can't really get the most of it. Sweep Akawa. Asif Mumtaz will take care of it. 11 gone, 81 for 1.
Oh, lost his footing. He's limping. That would be a huge blow. Ramesh Shehzad, he is in immense pain there, Neil.
Well, yes, he's a big unit. Played it off the back foot, and there you go. He couldn't just take off. Is it a cramp? No. Is it a pull? It definitely didn't look like a tear. But he's in a lot of pain.
It's a cramp. I hope he did not twist his ankle. It's a cramp, a lot of cramp, and that's what happens when you play back-to-back games. And he's been performing throughout all the games, been consistent. Really would be a big blow for the team Karwan. Just hoping to see him back in the action.
Well, yeah, some good-looking shots at the top between Muazzam and Lovepreet. But these boundaries, these are just highlights, we tell you. They didn't come as often as one would have liked. And as soon as Lovepreet departed, the scoring became a little faster. We'll have to wait to see what happens to Ramesh Shehzad. Meanwhile, it's 82 for 1, 11.1.
Well, earlier we saw that Ramiz Shahzad walked out of the field. That's a mighty blow, Neil, let me tell you. It's really, really hard for the team Karwan striker. They have their main player, a batter, who's walked out of the crease injured. So difficult to believe.
You're right, it's not very easy, considering the fact that he is one of those frontliners and gives them a very steady surface to ramp up from.
Oh, I really wish to see him back in the action. If Karwan gets through into the semi-finals, I think without Ramiz they will certainly struggle in the batting. Well, into Globe Marine, they've been blessed with the batters. Jiju, Mayank, Yasir Kaleem, Hamidullah. They've got plenty of batting options. Sandeep Singh Sandhi and Asif Khan. Lala. Oh, what a unit this is.
Undoubtedly a fantastic side, a champion side. Keep going again and again at it. With half-hearted appeal there. The umpire says no. And rightly so, this definitely was going down the leg side. One last delivery to come. Asif Mumtaz. In fact, that was the last delivery. 12 overs gone, 85 for 1.
Steps out, takes the charge again, Sari. It's still not finding the boundary. That's been a problem for Karwan. It's been really long since they have hit the boundary.
Well, yes, stepping down but not converting. It's important that you convert those risks into high rewards, because you step down, you miss the ball, you have a chance of getting stumped. So if you're taking that risk, it better pay you some rewards, some dividends.
Oh, that was a ripper. Excellent delivery from Mozam Hayat. Well, Neil, now look at this knock from Mozam Hayat. Convert this into the longer format. It's a great, great knock. But when it comes to the short format, how difficult it is to see a runnable knock.
Top edge. I'll land safely there. You're absolutely right. If he's unable to convert this into a 70 of 55 balls, or 60 balls for that matter, because he's already really behind the mark, it will be a shame that, yes, you didn't lose any wickets or whatever, but then you actually went on a run of ball 50. Meanwhile, Sardar Behzad on strike.
Not timing well, Sardar. Playing it a little late, maybe too much of worry about losing wicket there, but too defensive. But I back the complete Mozam Hayat there, the way he's playing, because the demand is that the left-hander should be right at the center. So I don't mind him playing below the 100 strike rate.
The expectation to stay all the way till the end. If that's the brief that's been given, then it's fair.
Yeah, and then he has to keep as well. 20 overs, and mind you, this is his 4th game on trot. Every day they play 20 overs game at this difficult conditions. Hats off to Karwan and team.
Well, the scheduling has been such because of the availability of the side. Otherwise, they would have got their rest days. Couple of runs to end the over. 13 gone, 91 for 1.
Very good economy of Shahnawaz Faisal Khan. But the average is a problem there. Oh, they need to hurry. It's a direct hit. It's a big shout. Maybe they got him. No, says the umpire. It's always interesting when you have a direct hit.
Well, yes, but this one I don't think was directed. It went into the glove of the wicket keeper. Yeah, oh, that's a very good call. Very good call.
Now, very quick hands of Yasir Khalim. I thought it's a direct hit. Very, very good call there from the umpire Shiju. He's spot on. Even the yesterday's encounter, he's got one decision, which was very close run out, but it turned out to be a very, very good decision in the end. So I think it's perfect day for him to practice.
I mean, he's a very good umpire. Some great decisions, and that's exactly what we need. That is what one has to look for. Down the leg side, played it off the hip, will get a single, and with that single, Muazzam Hayat will get on strike to face Shahnawaz. Maybe it's a double, in fact. Beg your pardon.
Faisal haven't picked up, Shahnawaz Faisal haven't picked up wicket throughout the tournament. Only one wicket to his name. And he's come in as well to the attack is because Muazzam Hayat is right there in the center. So now this is where I think Sardar Behzad can get himself cash in when Muazzam plays those singles and let Sardar Behzad handle the things. But run a ball knock here from Sardar Behzad as well. Maybe he'll be sticking around for another 10 deliveries and then he'll be going all guns blazing.
Well, I think he should just start doing it once he crosses the 50 mark, because you're already getting into the 14th over. Beautifully swiped. Good piece of fielding, a little fumble, but I think he definitely cut away the boundary, by means of which he is now on 48 with that single. 7 of 7 for Sardar, and he'll be on strike.
Well, what I mean is that Sardar should be taking more charge here. Or leading edge. He could have had a close coverage there, adding a pressure here, but I think nothing is going wrong for Interglobe Marine. They are in command at the moment. They have dried up the boundaries completely. They're making batters run hard for runs.
And still with those singles and doubles, if you're scoring 7 and over, and maybe more, it's definitely a good over from batting perspective.
Is it a wicket? Oh, that seems to be a wicket, Neil. Yeah, we saw Muazzam Hayat turning back and walking out. What a great gloves work from this man. Yasir Khalim. Beautiful, quick hands. Look at that.
Well, yeah, he stepped out, and before the bat could be grounded, it was all done and dusted. So didn't really get to his half century, Muazzam Hayat. 48 of 51, a strike rate of 94. If you stay for that long, you better get your net run, your strike rate higher than that. Nonetheless, wicket number 2 down.
Oh, he's gone big. Sardar gives an easy catch to Shahnawaz Faisal Khan. That's a soft dismissal.
Absolutely poor. You just lost a wicket and you want to go big. Didn't even get to the length of the ball properly. Shahnawaz takes a very simple catch. 2 wickets in 2 deliveries. That's poor. That's really, really poor.
New batter, Waqas Jat. He's hit that all-important 6 in the previous game at the crucial time. And courtesy that 6 and a knock from Lovepreet, they went on and won that game. Now a lot of pressure on this man, but I just have a doubt why they send him up from Nadir Hussain.
Well, yeah. Both of these guys are essential. But again, I don't think that there is a fixed batting position that they have for either of these two guys. Even for that matter, Kamarawan. All three can be used as floaters in the lineup. Wherever they go, from 5, 6, 7, all three can be played around literally very comfortably.
Yeah, the ability of them is getting quick runs without wasting a lot of time at centre.
Plus, they don't have too many overs to go from here on. Already into the 15th over. 2 more deliveries to go in this.
But I think if you send Nadir Hussain here, what happens is those running between the wicket gets a little better. And then top of that, he can get you some boundaries as well. And then the energy he puts through between the wicket, you can capitalize the last 5 overs by sending Nadir Hussain. Qamar is a perfect choice to be sent there, and he's hit the ball hard all along the ground. But, that will be 100, I think. No, they're still, yes. They got the 100 runs up, finally. And that took 15 overs to come, Neil. I'll tell you, this game is going nowhere for Karwan.
Well, yeah, some aggression needs to be shown and has to be shown now. One last delivery. 100 for 3 in 14.5. Waqas Jat on strike. Was that a wide?
I don't think so. That would be cold wide. Yes, that's wide. Well, that because of a huge amount of turn, Harry Barwal certainly loved that turn, but bowled an extra delivery. I think the wicket has little demons in it.
Open the face of the bat. We'll get a single to end the over. 15 gone. It's 102 for 3. Shahnawaz comes in and turns the ball on the very first delivery, will get a wide. But to give a wider angle to his perspective, we have Ahmed Khwaja. Ahmed, welcome.
Thank you very much, Neil. Oh, it's a soft dismissal once again. Well, after Sardar Behzad, it's Waqas Jatt who's just gift-wrapped his wicket. In fact, that hit the bat twice, two leading edges, and Shah Nawaz Faisal Khan with the bouncy hair, the bouncy run-up, and a bouncy wicket. Well, in desperate need of a partnership, our Karwan CC, they've given away two soft wickets. In fact, three, if you include Muazzam as well. 103 for 4. This match could go either way. Experienced pair at the crease. Karwan and Nadir Hussain. Fascinating stage of the game, Neil Oja.
Oh, well, yes, definitely. The kind of start they had got, yes, it was slow and sluggish, but the good part was that they hadn't lost a wicket. And now Karwan strikers look in all sorts of trouble. If they go at 11 and over from here on, they reach 151, which is not a bad score. But against IGM, you probably would have liked to have 180 odd on the board.
Oh yes, it's most certainly not enough. Quick single taken by Karwan, tall, lanky all-rounder. They were 70 odd for 1 at the halfway stage. Despite Muazzam's slow innings, they were looking all right. Then that injury to Ramesh Shehzad has really shaken them up, and a flurry of wickets. And now they're in rescue act mode. But Karwan, if he can get going, I've seen him clatter the ball around for miles and miles.
You're right, he plays with a strike rate of 188, which means that he definitely can send the ball into the orbit multiple times. He's a rocket launcher. We'll have to see how many times he launches those in this innings. Last ball of the over. He waits and just guides the ball towards the square leg region. Will get a single.
The spinners doing the job here for IGM. Shah Nawaz and Asif Mumtaz. 107 for 4 with 4 overs to go. Harry Barwal into his final over. Well, I completely forgot his name. This is a wonderful spell from him. 1 for 17 so far in 3.1. They really tied the noose here, the IGM spin trio.
They definitely have done well. and kept the Karwan strikers under control despite a sluggish but solid start.
Nadir Hussain, plucky character. He's a fighter. Oh, extra bounce and he's bowled him. What a gem of a delivery from Harry Barwal. Outstanding.
But this one came in sharp and got that extra bounce. Nadir didn't really read the ball off the palm, waited for the ball, thought that it would turn away from him, and then at the last bit had to hop to save himself, but by that time it was a little too late. Nadir Hussain gone 2 of 4, and that's yet another wicket. Half of the side back in the hut.
Hundred and 8 for 5. Zahid Ali coming in at 7. And well, that's certainly a couple of spots too high for Zahid Ali in the batting order. But such has been the excellence of the IGM spinners. Karwan in serious trouble.
You're right, not an ideal situation to be in, but it is a spot of bother. Karwan strikers, Kamarawan still there, so there's some hope that he might get in some runs, and they start right away. Boundary.
That was absolutely hammered. A half tracker from Harry Barwal, a rare bad delivery, and absolutely belted over mid wicket. That's what Kamarawan can do. He has those long levers and times the ball very sweetly indeed. 113 for 5. It's been a fair while since we saw a Karwan boundary. This time he looks to launch. He hasn't connected and he finds the long on. Harry Barwal gets his revenge.
One shot too many. Got a little greedy on that. Shouldn't have done that. Should have just stayed. It wasn't the length. Just a wee bit behind. And a very simple catch. Harry Barwal looks at his wicketkeeper and says, "Didn't I tell you so?" Kamarawan gone, 8 of 6, and it's 6 wicket down.
Salman Salim coming in at number 8. Left-hand batter, so the matchup favors him. Oh, beautifully bowled, slower through the air, delectable flight and drift. That's a top spell from Harry Barwal. 3 for 23 on the night, 114 for 6. been belted, a lot of height. A lot of height, a lot of distance. But it's a safe catch for MC Mayank Chaudhary. Shahnawaz strikes.
Flight at delivery. He had to wait for 2 days for the lift to come down. And then that definitely would have altered the timing of a shot. Straight simple catch. And that's one more wicket down. Salman Salim gone, 1 of 2, and wicket number 7 down.
Well, it's been a procession of wickets for Karwan CC after Ramiz Shahzad went off injured. Asif Hayat joining Zahid Ali at the crease. And Shahnawaz, he's also picked up a 3 for. It's a hot competition between who's been the best IGM spinner. Beauty. This one was a top spinner. Extra bounce.
Well, the wickets over here at the ICC Academy, they have been just amazing. If you can get the ball to move, it'll get you that. If you can get the ball to turn, you'll get that. Look at that. Excessive turn. Shahnawaz has done phenomenal with that. There's turn, there's bounce, there's everything for a bowler. All you have to do is bowl the right lines, bowl the right lengths, and apply yourself.
Yeah, he's teasing the batters now. We're into the lower order. Steps out and takes it on the full. Zahid Ali didn't quite catch it on the blade. They will pick up one though. So this innings has certainly gone pear-shaped. And if Karwan CC lose this game, it's see you later. Their ICC Academy Summer Cup is over in just 4 days.
Well, yes, late starters in the tournament. The team wasn't available to play the initial set of games and thus got themselves scheduled for back-to-back games. And that does take a toll on the body of the players as well. No rest days in between. Not an ideal setup.
And they had such a big morale boost with that fine victory last night. A big run chase. Outside edge. And he's walking off, is he? Nope. Yasir Kaleem with the stifled appeal, and it's been refused. Let's take a look. Look at those flowing locks of Shahnawaz Khan. Well, we'll show you the replay in the next over. 117 for 7. Here it is. Well, he did have a big swish at that. Yasir Kaleem was convinced, but no, not given. Hazrat Luqman to bowl the penultimate over. Well, that will be a wide. Any runs that you can get, even as extras, will certainly help. It's just been a no-show from Karwan CC in the second half. Projected scores are looking pretty low. But if they can just get up to 140, 145 maybe, we could have a game on our hands, Neil.
Well, that's right. These guys They need to go all guns blazing in whatever they can in the last two.
Outside edge. Well, fingertip stuff from Yasser Kaleem. They've had the butterfingers tonight, IGM. They've dropped a fair few catches. But Yasser Kaleem, that stung his fingers. Wasn't the best effort, to be frank. Did well to stop the boundary. And Hazrat Luqman can feel slightly aggrieved. He didn't get a wicket there.
Well, yeah, wicket keepers, they need to have that spring in the steps, but they need to jump. Boom, they have to go up. Yasser Kaleem tried, didn't really convert.
Fuller delivery and belted straight with mid on up. That's a priceless boundary.
Zaid Ali is turning the heat on. Got a boundary there. Stayed deep inside the crease. Good bat speed. And with the mid-on inside the circle, always an opportunity. If you miss the mid-on, yes, the ball will reach the fence.
Yeah, not a great delivery from Hazrat Luqman. You needed to bowl back of a length, force them to play horizontally rather than with a straight blade with the mid on up. So that's a boundary early in the over. This time cracked over point. And one bounce just short of deep third. Harry Barwal, they will scamper for two on his throw. That's good intent.
Well, yeah, good thought there. Bowling short and wide. So that the batter goes in the direction of the deep backward third. Or deep backward point for that matter. And creates an opportunity for catching. He's not happy with the fielding effort by Harry Barwal.
Their fielding has not been great. I agree with Hazrat Luqman. Shelled catches, lots of wides. Byes given away as well by the keeper. It could have been a lot better. This time, oh goodness me, the mid-on was pushed back. That would have been a straightforward catch.
You're right. It was a slower one. He rolled his fingers over the ball. And thus messing up the timing of that shot completely. But then, yeah, you're right. Mid-on has gone back to long on. And the ball drops right in the lap of where mid-on could have been.
Still searching, still striving for a wicket. Big hoik at that one from Asif Hayat. Well, his bat was somewhere, his eye line somewhere else.
But I like Luqman's approach here. He's not trying to attempt to get a wicket by bowling those Yorkers or trying to bowl on the boot. He's bowling the back of the length deliveries. He's trying to keep the ball away from the arc of the batter, by means of which you're trying to be conservative, not greedy.
Well, since his comeback from injury, he's done two things. He's improved his fitness considerably and he's become more of a team bowler. Top edge. And this time, Harry Barwal has grasped his third catch of the game.
Well, yes, he's picked up 3 wickets, but dropped 3 catches as well. And you don't really want to be in the eye line of Luqman Hazrat now. That was as simple could get. Straightforward catch, and he drops it. And the batter is asking, really? Are you going to drop that catch? 19 overs gone, 127 for 7.
Final over given to a spinner and immediately smashed for a boundary. I'm not sure about this move from Interglobe Marine here, Neil.
Well, yeah, bringing a spinner on the last over. And this is definitely a risk that they've taken, but, well, I'm sure they want probably a bigger challenge when they come to bat. They don't want to chase a 127. They want to chase maybe 150.
Well, with your group qualification on the line, That's very brave from Asif Mumtaz indeed. They didn't go to Temur Bhatti. He really struggled in his 2 overs. Shahnawaz, slower delivery, beautifully bowled. He could have done a run out there. He's quite a character. These off spinners usually are. They're a funny bunch.
They definitely are.
Right then, 4th delivery. And he's missed everything. But Yasir Kaleem completes the stumping. A 4-fer for Shahnawaz Faisal Khan. Flighted, turned, dipped, and the bails have been flicked off by Yasir Kaleem.
Well, that's right. 1 more wicket gone. Every time they've tried to come up, there's a speed breaker. This time in the form of Asif Hayat. 9 of 8. 1 more wicket gone.
Well, this is a very interesting turn of events. Ramesh Shehzad coming in at number 10. He's clearly suffering. What I've heard is that it could be a muscle tear for him, but he's gutting it out for the side, Neil Ojha.
Well, that's a very good sign of a player who wants to play for the side, wants to play for the qualification, wants to ensure that a team gets into the next round.
Well, a 6 here would give them a lot of hope. He does like the matchup. So good against spin, Ramesh Shehzad, but can he stretch his legs? Powered off the back foot. And I think it's only going to be 1. He's refused the strike. So it's 6 or nothing here for Rambo. Maybe even a boundary would do.
Which is fair, just 2 deliveries to go. You could just stand there, clear the front foot and go for it. That's what he does.
He's flighted it and he's belted it. And another dropped catch. This time it's Hamidullah Khan. So Ramesh Shehzad picks up a boundary of the final delivery. He tempted him. He hit it pretty clean. But it's a big boundary towards cow corner. And Hamidullah Khan has tipped it over the fence for 4. So 137 for 8. Karwan Cricket Club. And just like Ramesh Shehzad, they've hobbled to a below par score, if I'm very, very honest.
That's right, 137 on the board. Zahid, 9 not out. Ramesh, 20. I am not impressed with the number of runs on board, but, well, this is what it is. Mozam Hayat and Lovepreet Singh started the proceedings. Mozam, slow and steady, 48 of 51. Lovepreet, 14 of 14. Ramesh Shehzad, 20 of 14. Was injured, had to take a little break and came back near the fag end when there were only 2 deliveries remaining. Sardar Behzad 8 of 9, 8 for Qamar Rahman, Waqas Jatt and Nadir Hussain both on 2s. Then Zahid Ali on 9. And then Salman and Asif really couldn't do much. Extra 16. So technically the 3rd highest scorer is the extras.
Yeah, that middle order sunk without a trace. It was the spin trio of Shahnawaz, Harry Barwal, and of course Asif Mumtaz, who did a lot of bowling and they got plenty of wickets as well. 7 between them, a 4-fer for Shahnawaz. Harry Barwal, pardon me, bowled beautifully for a 3-fer as well. And you can see at one stage they were going along pretty nicely. They were 98 for 2, but then losing Ramesh Shehzad to injury and then an almighty collapse to the spinners.
Let's have a look at the proceedings of the game. It was a slow, sluggish start. The boundaries came in far and few while Lovepreet and Muazzam were batting. Lovepreet tried to go hard and heavy, but I think the bounce was a little too much for him. This one was the wicket. A good looking catch there by Mayank. And then it was Ramesh Shehzad who joined the party, accelerated, and while that acceleration was on, wickets were falling at the other end.
Yeah, it was the spinners, Shah Nawaz especially, who did a lot of damage, got a lot of turn and bounce. That was a beauty to Nadir Hussain from Harry Barwal. Kamar hit one for 4 and then tried it one time too many, holding out to long on. And then it was a procession of Karwan CC batters, one in and the other out. It was just some late resistance from Zahid Ali, Asif Hayat. He eventually got stumped to Shah Nawaz as well. And then Ramesh Shehzad came out like the fighter that he is, hit a boundary of the final delivery of the innings. So 138 is the target for Interglobe Marines to reach and solidify their spot in the ICC Academy Summer Cup semi-finals. We'll take a short break and be right back for their run chase. Stay tuned.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this exciting game number 20 between Interglobe Marine and versus Karwan CC. You are at ICC Cricket Academy. It is SkyExchange.net ICC Summers Cup 2022 powered by Fan Code, and the occasion says required run rate is around 7 runs and over. That would be a very easy task for Interglobe Marine to chase down, but let me tell you, Karwan CC would not give it up too easily. They will fight for their spot into the semi-finals. We're all excited and jumping around to see the run chase of Interglobe Marine. Well, the big man comes in straight away on strike is Asif Khan, all excited. Joining me in the com box is Neil Oja to see and witness the masterclass plays.
Oh, well, yes, he's a phenomenal cricketer. Asif Khan, you've seen so many brilliant knocks coming in from this man. Will he be able to convert and deliver one of those today? We'll have to wait and watch. But yes, it's not a big task. It's not a big ask. Will he be able to deliver? That's the question. It is moving into the knockout. That is what is on line. And the team, both the teams, in fact, I would say, are looking for a win. Extremely important as Salman Salim takes a charge with the new ball. 2 matches, picked up 3 wickets, an economy of 7.38. He's been good so far. Salman Salim fine-tuning his field as he starts. The second innings of the game has begun. Bottom edge, and this one will race away towards the fence. 4 runs. First ball, first boundary, first set of runs coming into play. Asif Khan is trying to fish for the ball. Got the inside edge and awkwardly bounced away from the wicketkeeper for a 4. Salman Salim has started with the delivery that went away slightly from Asif. He's bowling with a wideish slip in position. They factored the movement of the ball and hence gone with an attacking field set. And that has paid dividends. The slip in place, ball outside off, toying with it and gone. Asif Khan has paid the price of being a little too easy on the ball that was moving away, a little casual, and he has to take that long walk back. First wicket down for IGM.
Yasir Kaleem is walking out. It's been a little while to see him back. He's been taking long break, the team into Globe Marine, and participating now at the end of the tournament. But this man is fighting hard for that #1 spot for the most runs scorer.
You're right. The big unit, Yasir Kaleem. Good striker of the cricket ball. Very good striker of the cricket ball, Yasir Kaleem. Comes in at a position which is susceptible to the moving ball. A wicket that has a lot of juice in it. 134 runs, a strike rate of 161 and an average of a mammoth 67. This guy is gold.
Well, definitely he's been scoring runs and runs and runs from the last season to this season. Look at that. That's how you need to tackle that away-going delivery from Salman Salim. He's been so good at that swing and control with the new ball.
Salman Salim definitely has been able to extract that movement off the deck as well. Getting the ball to move away from the right-handers. And what I like about the wickets here at ICC Academy, true wickets, and they produce some brilliant cricketing games. They definitely help the bowlers to bring out their best.
Yeah, they can express themselves. You bowl quick or you bowl spin, but bowl at the right areas. That's how you need to be. I think slightly he's pitching outside leg, but if he bowls at the middle stump and takes the ball away, that will trouble Yasir more.
Well, yes, Yasir Kaleem staying deep in the crease, playing it with soft hands. That's a good approach.
Well, and there is also a point that when you're going deep in the crease, you're allowing bowler to swing. So you need to be one or couple of meters ahead, standing and then advancing a little bit. So by doing so, you will cut down that swing. So now Hamidullah would be facing his first delivery with an immense strike rate. He needs to spend some time at the center and to chase this total down. Let me tell you, small totals is always an exciting one. Oh, tries to fish at that one. Now, this is what I was talking, Neil. You need to understand, take a little time at the center. You know the bowler is going to take the ball away. You're standing deep on your crease. You will not get many runs there. It's a very heavy chance. You hit it top edge and get caught at third.
Not just that, Abid, it is about temperament. It is about not trying to randomly attack a ball that's been hurled at you. Watch the ball, check the ball, gauge the movement of the ball. Or too close, cramped him for room, but lucky that the ball didn't get enough connection with the bat. A single there to end the over. 1 over gone, 6 for 1.
Zahid Ali comes in to bowl now. This new ball in hand. A very good control. He takes that swing away and surprise you might to bring the ball in as well. But what Zahid Ali does is that he takes that enough swing, not a huge amount of swing, but he takes that enough swing away from the batter to get the nick. 5 wickets to his name in this tournament with economy of 8.5. That's been an, I think, average economy there. Because he's also bowling with the new ball, with the power play, a lot of responsibilities. Now it's a fresh start for him. Previous season, he's been very good initially, but going down the season, he lost the rhythm, I think, because of the injuries or maybe the fast bowlers usually struggle with. So there you go. Zahid Ali. Look at that. Now this has been crystal clear that Hamid Khan would be looking to tong you at the cow corner. Now, it makes very easy for the bowler to understand what batter is up to.
Well, that's right. The mindset is clear. And with Hamidullah, there's not much to guess. We know that he bats in a certain way, and that's how he's going to bat.
Well, for me, he suits at number 6 or number 7. But somehow, Interglobe Marine love to take him as an opener. Picked up now. Oh, just over Kamarawan. He's giving it a chase. And the outfielder is not too quick to get all the way for a boundary, but then little excitement there.
You're right. Kamarawan was right at the border of 8 to 30-yard circle, and if his jump couldn't stop the ball or catch the ball, I don't think anyone else can, because he is the tallest among the lot.
Yeah, very tall, good athlete, a good all-rounder to have in the team, but he's been lacking in the runs. He's not scored a big run so far for the team Karwan strikers. The expectations were really high from Kamarawan. This is what he loves to do, and you are just feeding him on the leg side.
A gift there. Hamidullah Khan is happy with that boundary. You don't bowl him there. It was a poor delivery, and he has paid the price for that.
Look at that. Leg spin, off spin, hitting the grass. It was just carving down. This is what happens when you feed the batter what he's up to. Now, this is very, very big mistake from Zahid Ali. I think that's what is the difference when you get to the international level. That one loose delivery that you've been looking, you don't get there. But over here, at the domestic level, you get that one loose delivery where you can make out of it. Zahid Ali took a while to bowl again. One more time, whacked on the onside. That is a fielder, Sardar Bazat, for exactly that delivery. I think the plan is working for Zahid Ali. What he wants Hamidullah is to hit it up in the air and get caught out.
Well, yes. They are always in a situation where they are slaves to their own habits. And once you understand that this is their weak point, you go and keep bowling there. They will give you that opportunity to get their wicket.
Well, the beauty of this is that you have played plenty of cricket against each other. So you know the batter before he joins and comes in what he'll be up to. So Zahid Ali is very experienced in terms of knowing batters. Look at that. He's straight bowling. Simple to Yasir Khalim, not trying or giving him width outside off.
And that's the idea. No need to give any kind of width. Try and bowl really tight lines. Hamidullah Khan and Yasir Khalim, again, both are explosive, expressive batters. Hamidullah more of the big power hitter. Yasir Khalim knows a thing or two about timing the ball beautifully.
A classic batter, Yasir Khalim, who loves to play outside off. Genuine number 3 batter. That is up over the mid-off and gone for a maximum.
Well, these are big boundaries, and and the way he's completed this 6, Hamidullah, absolutely beautiful. Didn't look like that he muscled it too hard. Sheer timing. 2 overs gone, 20 for 1.
solidly. Behind that is Yasser Kaleem. Well, look at the required run rate, which is just around 6.5. I think it would be an easy task for the batters. All they need to do is stick around, don't lose your wicket.
Well, yeah, that is a very good basic point. Stick around, runs will come. Yasser trying to charge Salman Salim. I don't think that was necessary.
And he just wanted to make his presence felt because Amidullah has been hitting the ball clean. Yasser Kaleem was hunting for runs, and mind you, if he gets going, there is nothing that he cannot chase. He's been a masterclass at chasing runs. So I won't mind calling him a chaser.
Soft hands and a single. Sensible cricket there. And there's good bowling happening at the other end. You have to control your emotions and try and get those singles and doubles going.
Well, this is where your presence can be felt, that what you are up to. You need to give respect to the good deliveries. This is where the pitch comes into the picture. You have something for the bowlers where they are fighting for defending a low total.
Very well said. This wicket is a true wicket. What an effort. You'll see the results. Be it with batting or bowling.
A lot of work on the onside. But I think Karwan Strikers, Karwan Cricket Club has a perfect opening the bowlers, but I think the batting is the concern for them. They need, maybe they have a lot of sloggers, or maybe they need one man who can, like Ramesh Shahzad, down the order as well.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously high dependency on Ramesh Shahzad. And rightly so. He is the kind of player who's got the experience, who's got the shots to see you through the middle orders. And in T20 cricket, I guess if you have one such player, or maybe two in fact, if you have the luxury, you've really got a solid team.
Well, I think, Neil, this is where I have seen Ramesh over the years. I'm watching, by the way, Ramesh is someone who qualified twice to play for UAE. He played for UAE, then went out to UK, played his domestic cricket there for a while. Then he lost that qualification that he played for UAE. He made a comeback. He stayed 3 years in the UAE, or 4 years, because the low was 4 years then. And then he's made a comeback again to the UAE side.
Brilliant story there. We'll come back to that. 3 overs gone. Meanwhile, 23 for 1.
Well, Asif Hayat has been a great find. He's bowling those two deliveries pretty well. He's not giving enough width neither to Yasir Khalim or to Hamid Khan. What he's doing against Hamid Khan is he's taking the pace out and making him struggle to power it down. If he has to hit to the boundary, he really need to work hard on it. Need to put a lot of force behind that. And there are very, very big chances that you get that top edge. Well, at the other end, Yasir Khalim is just spending time at the wicket. So now the current run rate is fallen down because it's courtesy. Some great piece of bowling from Asif Hayat. He's cut down those boundaries, not giving enough width, neither offering a lot of bounce. He's just pitching at the right area. A big challenging here for the off spinner. Yeah, look at that. Yeah, just not enough width and room. Just a single there. A very good over. Peach of deliveries. All 6 deliveries has been on target. Only 3 runs coming in the power play. That's an achievement. 26 for 1. Well, Salman Salim will be continuing. Again, beats him with the swing. What a delivery from Salman Salim.
Well, that's right. Beautiful movement off the deck. And no foot movement whatsoever. Yasir Khalim playing it from where he is. Isn't trying to get the foot across and closer to the line of the ball.
This is what we've been talking about. You need to be a meter or two ahead from the popping crease to cut down that swing, which is Salman Salim is creating a very fair chance. Then you can get the boundary. The jab Yasir Khalim usually plays.
But also, if you see, Salman has been bowling back of the length deliveries. He's not bowling full. So in either of the cases, if you have the ability to go further up, or you go deep inside the crease, so that you let the ball go, let the swing get over, and then play your shots.
Yeah, with certainly 2 choices you have against Salman Salim, but I would back the decision to be on front. That's what our coach says, that you need to cut down the swing, you need to be a little ahead. So that's where usually the way Yasir Khalim plays, these are the ideal deliveries for him. But all you need to do is make a slight bit of a room and be little ahead. Cut down the swing, hit it through the covers.
27 for 1 in 4.2.
Well, this is what we expect from this man. Go firing, good efforts, all in vain, 4 runs. Well, look at that. He knew it, the ball will be going away. Just wrist work, Neil.
Yeah, and Karwan there literally dragged the ball into the boundary line. And it was a no ball, a front foot no ball. So he'll have to bowl that delivery again, plus a free hit delivery, which primarily means that there's a chance of more for Hamidullah Khan there.
Well, I see. These are the moments where you lose the grip. Perhaps the moment where you break the shackles. Now, a free swing to Hamidullah. It's a free hit, a gift. It can go anywhere. Ah, beautiful delivery. He's got a big amount of swing. It was Hamidullah certainly was looking for the wide delivery. But I think that ball was within the legal.
Well, yeah, legal delivery. Umpiring has been top class in this tournament, Abid.
Oh, yes, so that's something that we haven't talked about much, but few of the decision has been absolutely right. I haven't seen any loose decision here. The umpiring, that's what you need, umpiring to be a top class umpiring.
A swing and a miss there. On the topic of umpiring, I tell you, all these umpires are level 2 certified umpires who are here for this tournament. And mind you, umpiring examinations are not very easy.
Well, Neil, I would really be interested to know my level of commentary. Well, there are the levels where you just understand the game more. These umpires go through a lot. Just not an easy job. Come down and give the decision. One decision can decide the game.
Oh yeah, absolutely. The game, they are someone who run the game, officiate the game, keep the game being played by the rules, and decisions are absolutely critical. It's a very critical job, Abid, I can tell you that.
Well, you have to be spot on. You have to be professional. If you're around the circle when this beautiful game is being played, you need to do the justice to this game. We've been growing watching this game, and we have a lot of love for this game. Small mistakes does disappoint you, but you need to learn every time you're down there.
Going across the line, Yasir Kaleem sends him back. A dot ball to end the over. 5 overs gone, 32 for 1.
Zahid Ali is being trusted and given the opportunity to bowl, and a wide delivery he starts with. Now he's given 14 in the previous over. All the trust has been shown by Babar Iqbal on him. Bringing him back is definitely on a hunt of a wicket. Coming back into the commentary box is Ahmad Khwaja to join me and witness this exciting game.
Thank you very much, Abid. Well, he is their ace He is their strike bowler. You have to back him. If they are to have a chance in this match, they need to get rid of the pair at the crease. Oh, extra bounce. You can see Yasir Kaleem looking at that pitch very closely. That absolutely trampolined off a length.
Well, let me tell you, Khwaja, these are the wickets what we need here in the UAE. Our batters do struggle when they go overseas. So we don't have a really bouncy wicket similar to this. These are the wickets where you need to play more of a games. Then you are tested. Now you see the bounce and the swing, a little bit of an extra, and it's troubling the batters.
Couldn't agree with you more, Abid. Oh, this time it's a bit too high. No chance for the keeper, Yasir Kaleem, or even an 8-foot fielder there.
Well, that's gone way too high. That's a wide delivery. Would be called one of the over. Too short. Now he's hit the deck hard. And what we were talking about, the extra bounce this wicket produced.
Well, Muazzam Hayat would have needed a couple of step ladders, not just one, to reach that one. Silly delivery, to be quite frank. 5 priceless extras given. Zahid Ali is not having a good outing tonight. And that is hurting Karwan CC.
Well, certainly I had a big hop from Zahid Ali, certainly because he's been working hard, bowling well, but tonight he's been off colour. Just 7 deliveries he's bowled and gone for 20 runs. That's been a worry for Karwan. Perfect swing. Now this is what he's best at. He swings the ball, he doesn't swing yards, he swings enough to get the nick.
The only thing I would say is do not bowl that line to Yasir Kaleem. He will belt you over cover for 6. You need to bowl a lot closer to that off-stump line.
Well, you don't have really much score to defend now. One loose delivery can spoil your figures. Just like that, we saw the short ball went for 5. Now that's where you lose the grip.
Yasir Kaleem looking to be aggressive. Given as a wide, he was shifting in his crease. I think Zahid Ali is a bit unlucky there, Abid.
Yeah, he's left the crease a little late. And it was just enough for Zahid Ali to beat him. But then he's bowling too wide, bit off colour, too many extras there. Certainly, you're the strike bowler. You're leading the Wolfpacks. You need to bowl it right.
Yeah, this is a defensive tactic here. He's not bowling in Yasir Kaleem's arc. That's better. Outside edge over point. And brilliant effort at deep third. But it will cross the boundary rope.
That was a brilliant effort from Salman Salim. Nothing taking away from him. Mind you, he's bowled 3 overs and now he's standing and fielding at third. That was a very good effort. All in vain, he's lost that, but then you got to give him credit because he's bowled all those overs. He's just standing there. The fitness is being tested.
Bit of a leg cutter there from Zahid Ali. Caught the outside edge. But even the outside edges from Yasir Kaleem fly away to the boundary. Powerful wicketkeeper batter. He is one of the cornerstone players of the IGM franchise. Consistent match winner. He can play any kind of innings you need. Attacking, defensive, anchor role, power play specialist. This time kept a touch low. He's eyeing that cover boundary. Just not latching on. 10 of 17. That is a very rare strike rate for a man of his quality.
Well, I never get doubt about the abilities of Yasir Kaleem, though he plays it slow at the initial stage, but then he covers it up nicely. We have seen over and over the time. But tonight, I think this is the ideal situation, the way he's playing. You need to take time at the center. It's not an easy wicket to go big.
Well, Zahid Ali is doing exactly what Taimur Bhatti struggled with. Very wide. A lot of extras. Another long over here. That will hurt not just the scoreboard, but also that over rate. We have those cut-off rules in place. You will be penalized for bowling your overs above the required time.
Well, indeed, you will have the 5th fielder inside. Why don't you just finish this over and get back to those Waqas, who's been doing extremely well. Picked up 4 wickets at one game. The game 2 days ago. Very good bowler for Kas. Back of the hand. Slower one. Nicely bowled.
Good variation. It was an attacking length. Yasir Kaleem wanted a piece of that, didn't connect. So despite the extras, if you subtract those, it wouldn't be a bad over. He's bowled a few dot balls as well.
Yeah, only one boundary coming off the bat. The rest remaining, all the runs came through the extras. So that he started with 14 for 1. At the second over, he's bowled 5 deliveries. Gone to for 26. Now, to make it up, he need to pick a wicket.
Yeah, if he can send Yasir Kaleem back now, I think Karwan CC wouldn't mind. Goodness me, another wide. Excellent take by Muazzam. Athletic effort. Spectacular effort.
Yeah, that's nothing less than a Spider-Man standing behind. Apologies immediately from the bowler. But the problem is, I think Zahid Ali is trying some experiments here. This is not the game where you can try the variation and do the experiments.
Well, just as Taimur Bhatti struggled, I think it's the humid conditions making it tough for the fast man to grip the ball. Otherwise, Zahid Ali bowls with so much control and accuracy. He's struggling big time. You can see he's persistently wiping his forearms.
Hard on the leg side one more time. Why don't you come round the wicket and bowl those over? You might get a trouble, just like Salman Salim was doing. He was bowling round the wicket with angling it away from the right-hander. So I think that's what Zahid Ali need to do. Switch the end, side.
And just as it is difficult for the fast bowler, even for Yasir Kaleem, it's difficult. He doesn't know what kind of delivery is coming up next. That will keep him right on the back foot, thinking, well, what is Zahid Ali going to do now? I need to be super focused. That can be mentally quite tiring.
Yeah, that must be frustrating the batter as well. You get only few deliveries straight. Oh, quick running. Then that will bring the power play to an end. That clearly belongs to the team Interglobe Marine. With 47 for the loss of 1 wicket at the end of power play.
Well, let's take a look at those power play highlights. Asif Khan, first innings of the tournament, and caught at slip. That's a sharp catch. But then Hamidullah Khan, cut loose, clean striker of the ball, fast hands. He makes it look very easy when he's in full flow. Yasir Kaleem, not fluent at all, but Zahid Ali leaking extras all over the place. And that was a streaky boundary to the big wicketkeeper batter of IGM.
Well, new bowler is Nadir Hussain, specialist at the bowling York lengths, but that's a no ball, and he needs to bowl a free hit.
Well, how are you planning to defend 138 with the way you're bowling tonight, Karwan? It's a no ball. It's a free hit with Hamidullah Khan to face. They have been very, very ill-disciplined. Umpire Shiju immediately on the money. And how costly will this free hit be? This man is striking the ball clean as a whistle tonight. Look at that grip. He holds the bat very low on the handle and has incredible hand-eye coordination. And that bat speed. The bat has gone out of his grip and the ball has barely cleared the pitch.
New gloves is asking for. Well, that's a rare sight that you see the batter lose his bat. It's a lot of humid condition there. Look at that. Beautiful scenes. It would have been more interesting if the event have gone all the way for a maximum. That would have gone down viral, I tell you, Khwaja.
Well, that would have been a viral moment on social media. 50 up for Interglobe Marine. Let's take a look. This is a good angle. Woo! There he goes. Top staff. Yasir Khalim. Bang! That's like a bullet. Forget about it.
Yeah, that's gone. Drilling down. That's what he's best at. It's a treat to watch him playing over the covers. Yasir Khalim at his best.
You pitch the ball up outside off to Yasir Khalim. You're lucky if it doesn't go for 6.
Well, I would certainly say that's a crime to commit. And with this, I think all the time he was looking at one good shot. Watching him from years and years, Yasir Khalim, what I've understood from him, he need one good shot coming right at the meat of the bat, and the rest, he makes the history.
Current run rate looking good now, 8.5. Oh, struck on the pads. Good change of pace there from Nadir, mixing it up. But he's already gone for 8 runs off the first 3 legal deliveries. And Hamidullah Khan, well, you saw how he's swinging the bat. Dangerous for Karwan CC.
I think he didn't change the gloves. He's having the same pair of the gloves he's carrying. Certainly. It's a difficult conditions out there to bat. This wicket is assisting a lot to the bowlers.
Yeah, it just became very humid the last 3-4 days. It's been tough conditions, even this late in the evening. Oh, it's gone straight up. Mid-off settling. And they've put it down. And could it be the captain? I think it might be.
Oh yes, it was in the air for a long time. Didn't time it well. Toe end of the bat. Up in the air. You had a lot of time to get underneath it. And I think that was a drop catch from the captain. The wicket is certainly looking for Hamidullah, who can make the difference here. You put him down.
Well, he has been struggling with a slight knee niggle. We saw that in the previous match. Still battling out there for the side, but that was costly. Squeezed away by Yasir Khalim. And there is a sweeper out there, Dipesh Rajgor, not playing tonight. They will take 2 on his throw though. Very big square. It's at least a 60-65 meter throw from the boundary. Well, Nadir Hussain, very unlucky there. That was a good piece of bowling to get Hamidullah to miss time. And if Karwan CC lose this game, they will be knocked out of the ICC Academy Summer Cup. TVSL will progress with Interglobe Marine. And certainly plenty to do in this game. Eventful over comes to an end. 59 for 1. Well, the captain has taken responsibility with the ball. Hasn't taken a wicket so far in the tournament. Only bowled the 1 over. But perhaps his form of gentle medium pace on this sticky wicket. And of course, he does turn the ball as well. That could produce something here. Yasir Kaleem on strike.
Yeah, get ready for those loopy deliveries. Slow in the air. Yeah, just like that. He dips at the right areas. You have no other choice than advancing and hitting him through. If you succeed, you'll get the runs. But most of the time, batters do fell short and get out because the ball takes little while to reach to you. So you need a lot of force behind it.
Yeah, he's already very tall, Babar Iqbal. Plus, he flights the ball. So it's so tempting to go after him. But that's where he gets you. He makes you mistime those lofted shots. Look at that extra bounce. Immediately, he's getting something from the surface.
Well, the pose he takes before releasing the ball is the key, I think. That's where you can see the batter's feet moving. If you see him advance, Babar gets that fraction of second extra where he can throw the ball down or throw it wide to get him trapped and stumped from behind.
Trying to sweep that, and that's a bottom edge. If he had missed it, that was stone dead leg before.
Look at that. Pitched outside leg. Well, that's a tempting delivery. This is where you bring that sweep out. For the sweep shot, it's very important to mix the pace because if the batter knows that you're bowling slow,
Hammered, and it will land in front of the fielder. That's what he wanted you to do. It almost came off. Hamidullah Khan, well, he's not going to resist his big shots. And he's lucky it dropped in front of the square leg.
well, I have absolutely no question why Asif Hayat was taken out of the attack. He bowled brilliantly, given 4 runs in the over. And then you take him out of the attack. You wanted the seamers to get you wicket, but that's one way to create the pressure when you have a bowler who can bowl economically. So now if Asif Hayat joins Babar, it will be a perfect combination to spinners.
Steps out, and he hasn't timed it. But still, this is Yasir Kaleem, the sheer power of the man.
And I'm not sure where it was hit. Was it timed? But all we know the result. That's a biggie. And gone for all money. 6 runs from Yasir Kaleem. Now he's making a comeback. And now he's playing a runner ball knock. This is without wasting a lot of time. He's got back into the rhythm. Now partnership looking very, very good here of 63.
Yeah, he took a chance on that flighted delivery. Not out of the sweet spot, but he just muscled it over long off. I still like this game plan though. He is teasing them, Babar Iqbal. And like you mentioned, Asif Hayat needs to come back into the attack. Leg slip in place. And he'll just slice it away to keep the strike. 68 for 1. Well, they haven't listened to Abid Ibrahim just yet. Nadir Hussain will continue. He did produce that wicket-taking opportunity that was grasped. But Yasir Kaleem is well set now. And he'll be very hard to dislodge from the crease.
Now looking at Babar Iqbal's previous over, it was all good. But just one big hit spoils the figure. But despite that, I see no error in Babar continuing bowling. Because all he needs a spinner from the other end to give him enough support.
Completely agree. Trying to force that off the front foot. He's not a natural puller of the ball. He likes to hoist it and launch it over cover point. So Nadir Hussain is making him play some unusual shots that we don't see with Yasir Khalim.
Yeah, because they know each other. He knows that I don't have to bowl here in this area. So I can not be hammered a lot. I'll just be niggling around and taking single.
But this man, meanwhile, he loves the pull shot. Don't bowl that length to him.
It's complete opposite.
There, that big hoik. Once again, he's mixing it up beautifully, Nadir. And if they can bowl a couple of good overs here, Abid, I think this match could become interesting.
Well, what I see from here to make a comeback in this game for Karwan CC is the only way to bring Asif Hayat and Babar Iqbal to operate. By doing that, so you will contain these medium pacers, will help you in the death overs.
Spot on. Let's see if Nadir can give them a couple of quiet overs. So steps into that one, and you can see the maturity of Yasir Khalim. He knows what they want him to do, and he's just pushing the ones, nudging it around, not giving them any semblance of a chance.
Well, I don't see any problem with Yasir Khalim struggling while playing these medium paces. You want to get rid of him, you need to build the pressure here because he's already under pressure. He played 30 deliveries for 29. This has been a slow run chase.
It certainly has. He's hoiked this. There is a deep cover and it's over his head. Kamarawan. Well, they had Sardar Bezad posted towards extra cover rather than that orthodox position. Otherwise, it would have been a straightforward catch.
A wicket what Karwan CC is looking for, certainly. They are hungry here for the wicket. So these singles and doubles even hurting them. The only way to make a comeback in this game is pick up wickets.
He has bowled beautifully here, Nadir. So experienced. This time hit hard, hit straight, not timed. And it will be cleaned up by Zahid Ali. Steady over from Nadir. 74 for 1. Well, that has been cut away behind point. Abid Ibrahim was demanding this bowling change, but he's been hit for 4.
Well, that's a battle. That's one way to get rid of the batter. You win at times, you lose at times. Now, if that would have been slightly towards the fielder, you could have got a wicket there. This is where you need to cash in. You need to play an attacking game. You need to create these chances. You don't have much to defend. It's despite you get hit for 4. But then you need wicket. If you pick up a wicket, you have a comeback in the game.
Yeah, that was certainly sliced in the air. This time it's a bottom edge. Only for 1. So he is flighting the ball, tempting big shots. Can it pay off for Karwan CC? Can he break this partnership?
Well, all they need is a breakthrough. This partnership has been for a while now. 75 runs partnership is huge. While you're defending 138.
Yeah, they managed to get Asif Khan out early. But then this long stand Oh, excellent delivery. Once again, it's a spinner surface, extra bounce of a very full length.
But certainly, Yasser, if he wants to go big, he needs to create the room and go over the covers, play inside out.
Taken on the full, hit very straight. Will be cleaned up by the long on. Kamarawan, well, he's another option. Experienced medium pacer, just like Nadir Hussain.
Well, you've got a plenty of options to bowl at death overs. Now, this is the phase where you need a wicket taker in this phase. The spinners could affect the game. Now, if you would have someone who could pick up the wickets, like we know that Karwan used to have earlier, Tariq Mahmood.
That was the top spinner there.
Yeah.
Excellent variations from Asif Hayat. He's a skillful bowler.
Well, I was demanding him for a reason. He's showing his class. He does take that extra rip from the surface and create the pressure. This is what you need.
Hits hard, hit straight, and hit for 6.
Well, a fielder can only watch it from underneath. This is Hamid Khan, who's well settled. You give him slightly full, and it was in the arc to send it out. Halfway through, 68 for 1, Interglobe Marine.
Well, the all-rounder Kamarawan into the attack. And that's 6 of the final delivery of Asif Hayat's second over. Will that have decided this contest? It's been a brilliant partnership for the second wicket. 82 runs added by Hamidullah Khan and Yasir Kaleem. They did get their fair share of opportunities, some dropped catches. This time Yasir Kaleem is cutting loose, but he hasn't connected. And that's a very good catch by Sardar Behzad. Neil Ojha, as soon as he steps into the comb box, he produces a breakthrough.
Well, that sounds pretty similar, pretty common. Whenever I've come in, even with the ball, I've produced a wicket, and now with the microphone. This continues. Yasir Kaleem gone, 30 of 34. Big ship gone.
Kamarawan, the successful wicket taker, using his variations. That was a back of the hand stuff there. Jiju Janardhanan coming in at number 4, and they still have the very experienced and very classy Fayaz Ahmed in the middle order as well. So it's going to take something spectacular for Karwan CC to get back into this game. All they can really do is put pressure on that required run rate and keep chipping away in terms of the wickets. But this is a very experienced pair in the middle, especially Jiju Janardhanan, the man on screen. Perennial top class all-rounder in the UAE domestic scene. He's won a lot of titles, a lot of silverware, and he's been a valuable member of all of these sides because of his unique skill set. Classy, genuine match winner with the bat, and a very intelligent fast bowler. Oh, look at that delivery. Goodness me. That was a fast leg break.
This was... I can't even put it to words what we've seen over here. That wicket is beautiful. And the bowler, Karwan, he himself is amused looking at that extra bounce and movement that he's got.
Well, that's a leg cutter straight out of Dennis Lilly's armory. Wow. He just found that right spot on the deck. And Jiju, all he could do was smile sheepishly. Well, he over-tried it, didn't he there, Neil? He tried it once again. Wonderful contest between Kamarawan and Triple J.
No, you're right. When the bowlers get this kind of movement, they get a little greedy, probably thinking that, hey, I got this movement from here, let me try it from down the leg side. Not to be so.
Yeah, it's always trying to resist against the temptation. Playing around his front pad, that's dangerous. And a misfield. Well, that certainly won't help. Waqas Jat, just a bit casual there, leaking a single and letting Jiju escape, get off the dreaded 0.
Oh yeah, that was silly. That was absolutely silly. You don't do that. Even if it's a single, you fight it for. You don't let the opposition get those freebies.
Well, we've seen throughout the wonderful Asia Cup that's taking place just 2 kilometers away from us. Hoik towards mid-wicket. There is that fielder out there. We've seen how, on paper, what looked to be straightforward run chases go topsy-turvy. So you need to keep fighting. You need to believe. 90 for 2 after 11. Nadir Hussain continues. Belted straight. That's a huge hit from Hamidullah Khan.
He's on song, Hamid. Massive 6 on the very first delivery of Nasser. Nader has been expensive. 2.1 overs, 23 without any wickets. Number 18 on his jersey. And was yesterday another number 18. Went on to reach his 71st.
Absolutely. It was a long battle to get back to the top. Oh, he goes again. But this time the fielder, just drops in front of him. Dipesh. He was well within his right to go for the catch. And it bounced right in front of him. 100 up for IGM. And that is 50 for Hamidullah Khan as he pays homage to the team's dugout.
Well, that's right. 6 and a 4, and in 2 deliveries from 40 he reaches to 50. 32 deliveries to reach his half century, Hamidullah Khan.
Well, the first was a floaty half volley, dispatched. And then his favorite pull shot over cow corner mid wicket, just bouncing in front of the fielder. Trying to force that off the back foot. Will only get a single to deep extra. Well, now the current run rate has dipped below 5. It looks like the writing is on the wall for the man in yellow. It was the injury to Ramiz Shahzad that completely changed the complexion of this match.
You're so right. And how important is that one cog in the wheel? That once that cog is out of the play, the whole wheel looks misaligned.
Absolutely, especially a gun player like Ramiz. Some lovely banter there between Triple J and Nader Hussain. He's a lovable character, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he's a brilliant guy, Nader. And it's surprising that how he's been able to keep himself match fit for so many years.
An absolute trier. Oh, this time, this has been launched into space by Hamid Khan. What a hit over cow corner.
Well, yeah, he definitely looks like he wants us to go for early dinner. Brilliant striking of the cricket ball.
Once again, a floaty delivery, nothing on it. He read it like a book and smashed it like a hammer. Raced on to 57 of just 34. And this is a side without Sandeep Singh Sandhi. Absolutely brilliant hitting.
Well, yeah, you bowl a shorter delivery to Hamid. He pulls them. You bowl them full. He'll play a nice straight lofted shot. What do? Bowl wide-ish away from his arc, fuller length deliveries. Make him play over covers.
And he'll belt you over extra cover. There is a fielder though. Well, he listened to the first part of your plan. Chance for a run out. And I think he's gone here. Yes, he is. Disaster for IGM. Just when they were cruising.
Well, yes, that's how it is. Push them to do a little more than what they're comfortable, and this is what happens. Wanted to go aerial, over extra cover. The sweeper cover comes into play. And a good throw. Lovepreet Bajwa. Flat into the hands of the wicket-keeper, and the umpire had no issues in raising his finger. Hamidullah Khan gone. The third wicket down for 108.
Mayank Chaudhary coming in at number 5. Salman Salim reintroduced into the attack for his final over. And Jiju, well, he's not been super comfortable tonight at the crease. And well, overthrows are not going to help your cause, Karwan. You just picked up the big wicket of Hamidullah Khan. And now you're letting the pressure seep away once again.
Yeah, I mean, 28 of 47. That's not a big ask at all. And the way Hamid was playing, one shot too many. It looked like that the game could have been over in the next couple of overs.
He's played one innings of 36, got a duck in his previous, so looking for some runs under his belt. Oh, struck on the pad, slightly high there. Let's take a look. It was that leg cutter. Yo, goodness me.
I mean, if this was referred, it would have been umpire's call.
Well, umpire Shiju's eyesight is way better than mine, that's for sure.
Well,
But that was touch and go.
well, yeah. If 2020 is the requirement, I think he's got 30 by 20, 10 extra.
Oh, absolutely. One of the most outstanding umpires in the UAE. He's represented us at international level as well. He was on Asia Cup qualifiers duty just about 3 weeks ago. Trying to hook that away, bottom edge, but there is a deep fine leg. And well, come on, Awan. You don't expect that from a player of his quality.
Yeah, I think it's just a little relaxed outfield. Not really pushing hard, not really going for it. They probably feel that, they've lost the game. Let's just complete the formalities. That's how it's looking like. The shoulders are dropped, and it's like more like a formal occasion where you have to go because your mom and dad told you to.
And they certainly had a chance in this game. IGM haven't batted well, to be quite honest. Beautiful cover drive, straight to Babar Iqbal. That's a good stop. He's not 100% fit, went down in the previous match, but still courageously leading the side. And if they had managed about 155, I think this could have been a very different game, Neil.
For a team like IGM, if you're playing against them, you should be looking at least 170, 180 on board. They bat extremely deep. So many big names.
Still coming around the wicket, Salim. Pulled. Look at that swivel pull from Triple J. That is absolute class.
Well, yes, top shot there by Jiju Janardhanan. Look at that. Beautifully placed. No stopping that.
When your finish is looking at the ball, you know you've timed it perfectly. You do not want to challenge this man on the short ball. He'll take plenty of runs off you, and that will give him plenty of confidence going into the semi-finals.
You're right. 21 required of 43. They're priming for the knockouts.
Well, that will be serious cricket. Lofted and just short of the mid-off. Waqas Jat, well, he's not a very good fielder these days. And he was just on his heels. Another chance goes begging. 117 for 3. Well, let's take a look at that 50 from Hamidullah Khan. Clean, crisp striking, fast hands, economy of movement with the feet, but that bat speed and power he generates is something truly spectacular. Big sixes as always. He targets his areas, and look at that. A salute to the men in the dugout. Another match-winning performance from him. Kamarawan back into the attack. Attempted Yorker. A bit too down the leg side. Will it be given as buys or runs? I think it might be leg buys. Yep. So this game looks pretty much done and dusted. Required run rate hovering around 3. So it will be TVSL and Interglobe Marine progressing from this group. Alongside Pindi Boys defenders and Future Mattress. That is a serious lineup in the semi-finals of the ICC Academy Summer Cup. Once again, jagging in off the pitch. Played very late by Jiju, keeping his eye on the ball. Kamarawan has gotten plenty of response from the surface.
Well, yes, a quality all-rounder, Kamar Awan, though had a few lapses in the outfield with his fielding. But as far as bowling is concerned, as far as batting is concerned, absolutely top-notch.
Change of pace there, nicely read by Mayank. So he's not looking to do anything fancy. Just bat the overs, come in, not out. That will give him plenty of confidence going into the knockouts. And they start immediately tomorrow, Neil Oja. No time for rest, no time for respite.
Well, the only rest that they'll get is on Sunday.
Oh, yes. I think there's a certain Asia Cup final.
Well, yeah, and we had the dress rehearsal today. I'm sure Team Pakistan would want to make some amendments on that.
Well, let's not talk about that. Absolute horror show with the bat. Nobody showed up. And Babar Azam's form continues to be a concern. Let's see if he can produce something special on Sunday. It's certainly set up for him because his compatriot and the man he's compared to the most has been outstanding in the Asia Cup, Mr. Virat Kohli, number 18, getting a sparkling century against the Afghans yesterday. What an innings that was.
Oh, phenomenal. Determination at its best. Didn't look like that he was trying to overhit even a single delivery. And to get a century in the T20 format, he never slogged even a single time.
He was brilliant throughout the tournament, apart from that one lapse against Sri Lanka. Made runs against Pakistan twice. Got a 50 against Hong Kong and then went all the way versus Afghanistan. And he talked about his struggles with his form, with his mental health. And that just shows even the greatest are human after all. 122 for 3. Nadir Hussain into the attack. Nicely flicked towards mid-wicket. Wristy shot there from Mayank. He's been given an opportunity in a very big side, Mayank Chaudhary. I'm looking forward to seeing him and his contributions for IGM.
My 2 cents, if you play in a very big side, you might be one of the better batters, but still, there would be some bigger names who will take the top spot. And you'll probably come in at a spot where you're getting to bat about 5-6 deliveries, or maybe a couple of overs.
Yeah, you either come in when the game is done and dusted, or the side is in crisis mode. So it's very difficult to bat at 5, especially in T20s. We've seen the trend recently. You need to have something extraordinary and be very mentally strong.
Or you get to a side which doesn't have superstars and you are the top slot. You may not win many silverware, but you'll be noticed.
Completely agree with you. It's a true paradox. Where do I go? Do I go into the winning side that has that culture, that team environment of success? Or do I look to stand out and look to lead the pack? Certainly something for Mayank to consider. Very talented batter. Very highly rated. Oh, look at that cover drive from Jiju Janardhanan. That is picture perfect.
Straight from the textbook. If you're learning this game of cricket, or your kid is, take this and show them, because this is as good as it gets.
Well, create a split screen of Jiju Janardhanan, Babar Azam and Virat Kohli. Which one will you pick? I'm going to pick Jiju. That was absolutely crisp.
Now that you've picked Jiju, it's a tough choice for me, Virat or Babar.
It's a multiple choice. Less than 10 required for victory. It's been a commanding performance from IGM. And hit towards cow corner. It will drop in front of Lovepreet Singh Bajwa. Well, that's just been the day for Nader Hussain. Had zero luck. And those figures don't do justice to how well he's bowled.
You're absolutely right. Supreme talent. But today, as I say, not his day.
Quick single attempted. And he'll make it. He'll just about make it to keep the strike. 131 for 3.
Beautiful shot there. Comes in on the first ball of the fresh over and steps out to smack it. Humongous six. Go and fetch it from Sharjah if you can. It's been hit so beautifully. 137. The scores are tied. They just need one more run to finish this game. Mayank Chaudhary will finish it off unless something goes wrong. It's just about one delivery from here on. 137 for 3 for IGM. Beautiful chase. It was an important must-win game for both the sides. But Karma strikers, as far as their batting is concerned, they didn't show up. And now with that single off the hip, IGM has won this game. And they have moved into the knockouts of this ICC Academy Summer Cup 2022. Brilliant knocks coming in from Jiju Janardhanan and Mayank Chaudhary. They ensured that they don't see any more further losses of wicket. But from here on, it's a fantastic finish, a fantastic circling of events that will lead to the last few days of this tournament. Let's have a look at the batting card. Hamidullah Khan and Asif Khan opened the attack. Asif didn't really do much, caught in the slips after hitting a boundary. Hamidullah Khan was run out after a very well-made 58 of 35. Yasir Kaleem, the man for all seasons, 30 of 34. I don't know when was the last time I saw him not perform. Literally every time that he's come in, he's